Big stretch. Playing with the focus. Good getting internet. It's actually fairly late and I haven't recorded anything yet today. I don't know. Just brain fog today. I was able to use my brain power for work stuff, which is kind of the whole point, and not for much of anything else. I need to take the trash and recycling out, though. I mean, I guess I can do that while on camera. I'm gonna have to wear pants, though. It's not exactly warm outside, and I think slightly rainy. Yeah, not much of a reason for me to record that. It's pitch black outside. Anyway, so let's see. Things that happened today included me calling an insurance company in Wisconsin, United States, because apparently nobody told them that I didn't own my house anymore, and I got the bill for the next year's homeowner's insurance, and it's like, no, I definitely sold the house, thank you. I do not own any houses right now, which kind of sucks. Housing is not cheap anywhere right now, but especially in both Madison and Bergen. Let me go feed the kitties. You all a feeding kitties break, as it were. Zone kitty wants to be fed, at least. Are you going to actually eat? You can tell my kitty cats are getting a little older. They're not devouring every bit of kibble in sight immediately. I mean, Zone's actually been saving food occasionally now. I miss the random kitty breaks where I just sat here with my cats while they numb. So, yeah. What was I talking about? Housing. Right. So, Bergen, just like Madison, just like every other place I've ever lived, is going through a housing crisis. Bergen's nowhere near as bad off as Madison, but housing prices were already high to begin with. So, to give you an idea, the place that I currently live in, which is, 110 to 120 square meters, I believe that's about 1,200 to 1,300 square feet. I don't know. Editor me can probably edit that in. Oh, hi. Is it because I'm on the floor? It's probably because I'm on the floor. Anyway, the place I'm living in right now costs about, 21,000 kroner a month? Which, admittedly, due to the really crappy exchange rate, is now under 1,000 a month. See, this is how they interact now. I don't understand. A little under $2,000 a month, and that's more money than I was spending for my mortgage in my previous 2,400 square foot house. Mortgage plus taxes plus insurance and all of that. And I had a 15-year mortgage on top of it. So, not great. My expenses have gone up significantly and I'm being paid less. So that part's not so great. Also, I sushi. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, expenses are generally higher here in Bergen, electricity being the one exception. Electricity is generally cheap in southern Norway, or really just Norway in general. When they had last year, they had a year before last to last year, they had a massive spike in energy costs. Yeah, that only got it up to, this seems a little high, versus everywhere else in Europe where it got up to So I guess we're not going to heat our house for the winter level of bad. So it's not as bad here. And during the summer, while I've been living here, prices per kilowatt hour actually dropped into negatives. That's a thing, apparently. So yeah, everything else is more expensive here. Food's more expensive, electricity's more expensive. Housing's actually cheaper than Madison, but that's just because it seems more expensive to me because I had bought a house and thus was a little more resistant to inflationary pressures. The only increase in costs was increase in homeowner or taxes, property taxes. There we go. Why won't you leave your brother alone, Kitty Cat? He's trying to use the litter box. I do not allow kitty cats to fight each other when they're on the litter box. That's a very bad idea. Still need to get rid of the box for this. I swear, all of my free time when Creator's not here is tearing down boxes. Like, before I flew to the US, I spent, I don't know, 25 or 30 hours tearing down boxes that came from everything that I moved to, and those boxes still remain from that move, plus all of the stuff that actually is there already, because, you know, that's a thing. Zone, are you going after your brother again? Like, Zone isn't even fighting his brother. He's just constantly sticking his nose into things. Not that you can see anything right now. His brother's behind the door in the litter box. Anyway. Kitty cat? Kitty cat. I love you dearly, Yasun. But it's really hard to be ergonomic with my keyboard if you're literally laying where my other hand needs to go. Or loafing, technically. So, kitty cat, I'm still working. I need you to move. I'm sorry, kitty. I'm gonna have to activate your button. Yep. The button that most kitties have in order to make them move. There we go. Good kitten internet. I am out and about to get a new prescription because I actually had a doctor respond to me. I have a doctor now also, and it's actually a fairly nice day. Bit cloudy, but that's blue sky. I don't see that very often here. It's also a bit cool outside. It's like, what, 5 degrees? So in freedom units, that's 41? Yeah, that'd be 41 freedom units. Also, I'm covered in cat hair. And now we are going to go to a temple. Temple of Capitalism. Welcome to the Oasin Mall. So, shopping malls are still a thing in Norway. Unlike the US. As far as I can tell, only the US is getting rid of a lot of their shopping malls. These shopping malls are actually fairly popular. Oasin is Oasis. It's also the oldest shopping mall in Bergen that's still standing. That hasn't been, like, reconstructed or anything. So, there's your fun fact. Ha! Stole it from you, editor me. So, bakeries are fairly common staples from my experience. That's a kiosk convenience store, basically. Standard clothing stores. Behind me is an electronics store. They do sell laptops, but Best Buy is probably their closest comparison. Hairdresser. Princess is for linens, I guess. Hangable linens, pillows, stuff like that. Little food area. Dentists, along with other medical stuff. So that's normal. Speaking of normal. A bank. Random household goods. More salon stuff. Toy store. Shoes. Skoo is the first word I ever learned in Norwegian. I'm kind of jealous of the toy stores. Pasta Central. Kind of tempted to eat there, actually. Outdoor area for McDonald's. Tipping location, so lottery. The actual McDonald's. They're also boring looking now. It's kind of creepy. And Many. Many is one of the 2 grocery stores in here, and the one I'm going to. So, Many is a fancier grocery store. I mean, you can tell they actually have fresh food. And apples that aren't just red. Florist section. More fresh fruits. More fresh plants. Grapes and mangoes and cut fruit. Yeah, there's a lot of things here. Each me. It's red currants. Currants are a fruit that is not usually found in the US. Getting some snack carrots. I have no idea if you can even hear me or not, but I was able to clean up the audio for most of it last time. So I'm hopeful, and I just realized I did not grab a basket. One moment. Also, this mask keeps riding up on me. Grumble. Basket. So yeah, Many is a significantly larger grocery store, if you can't tell from how far back it goes and how far over it goes. They also have, as mentioned, apples that aren't just color-based. Ambrosia, not exactly my favorite. It's better than some others, but I think I'll take some Cosmic Crisp. It's probably about the best I'm going to be able to get. These are from Italy. Let's see, got snack vegetables. Tomatoes. The only tomatoes that you will find here that are any good are the cherry and plum tomatoes. Or, cherry and grape tomatoes, sorry. The other ones are usually gassed. Low quality, kind of like what you find in tomatoes outside of South Florida in the US. Well, these aren't that bad. I'm actually only here for a couple of things, but felt I might as well record some while I'm here. Brownies. So yeah, this is a significantly larger bakery section. With much more in the way of bread. So something that you may notice now that I'm zoomed in is that bread is not sliced. You see, they provide bread slicing machines for people to use instead. Unsliced bread is the norm in Norway. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads. Fish heads, yum. Just... This is a place that has the most cheese that I have found. It's nothing compared to a Wisconsin grocery store, but it's at least much better. And the problem is that they are very expensive. Not everything is cheese. That is gravy. And yeah. Oh yes, and cheese. Oh yeah, so this is brown cheese. You can see it's pre-sliced. Brown cheese is a Norwegian thing. Might be Scandinavia in general, but either way, it's Norwegian. I've only ever had it in Norway. You don't really find it anywhere else. It's a savory cheese. It's kind of weird. Not bad, just kind of weird. It's not exactly my favorite. Various shredded cheeses, fresh mozzarella, mascarpone up there, and here we go. Grated Parmesan cheese. That is 575 kroner per kilo. Kalkun is turkey. Shilling is chicken. So shilling fillet, chicken fillet. from Corv. Sliced turkey, I believe. Not actually sure on Corv. And potato chips. I didn't really get a chance to focus on this before because there were too many people in the other grocery store, but Norway has some interesting potato chip flavors. I mean, they have your standard potato chips, or as they refer to it, salt flavored. Then they have paprika flavored, chili cheese flavored, which honestly I'm shocked that they don't call it taco. Parmesan flavored, truffle oil, jalapeno, salt and vinegar, special spice, I should say. You'll notice Lay's, it's just salted. That's about it. Then you have Hot Reaper. Mexican Fiesta is probably the closest you're going to get to taco. Rich Ranch. That's right, you can get ranch potato chips here. That's actually one of the ones I like, strangely enough. Pepper Punch, Paprika Kick, Salt Crunch, cheese. Although I think that's actually a brand you can get in the US, strangely enough. And yeah, sour cream and onion does exist. Oh yeah, and for your requisite weird flavor, how about fried chicken? It's not just fried chicken flavored, it's fried chicken shaped. Now we're getting to the American food section. How can you tell? Because they have Kraft mac and cheese, except not Kraft branded. Apparently it doesn't taste very good. We have standard Italian foods. Slightly different pasta shapes, but still very similar to what we're used to. We being me.